Let's have a look at Law 2017. Well, Law Unit 1 2017 paper. We're going to discuss some of these issues with this paper as well. Which of the following statements is applicable to positive law? It must be abusive if repressive. Which of the following statements best describes the practice of law in the Commonwealth Caribbean today? It hasn't changed drastically. In some countries, the influence of the French, right, Roman, Dutch, and the English common law still exists, right? So within the French departments, French law is there. Guyana uses Roman Dutch laws mixed with Commonwealth law, well, English common law, and English common law is probably the most persistent. West Indian law and legal systems evolved from colonialism. The rule of statutory interpretation which seeks to give the words their natural or plain meaning, this would be literal rule. Which of the following classifications of law prescribes that an employer, this would be employer, and employee would be private? Which of the following is not a way of avoiding a bad precedent? Dismissing a case, reversing a case, distinguishing it. I think it would be dismissing the case. 7. Statements of law made where the case is not fully argued. This would be per inquirium. Which of the following features would normally distinguish a legal rule from a moral rule enforced by state authority? Alright, so that is that. Number 9, which of the following forms of behavior would be deemed illegal but not usually be described as immoral? Right, so this, right, would be a positive thing. So motorists failing to come to a complete halt at a stop sign, that would be legal but not immoral. The golden rules is the ordinary meaning of our interpretation of ours is where the ordinary meaning of words in it. Yes, it would be. The rules of statutory interpretation are intended to assist the courts interpreting legislation. Zinga, a victim of a domestic violence 25 years ago, has been charged with killing her abusive husband by putting poison in food. The nature of Zinga's offense is substantive. Right? Don't think it'll be procedural. Right? So this, because he killed the person 25 years ago, right, the nature of the case would be substantive, right, because it may be after some principle, right, but we have to really discuss this. Tell me what you think. 13, the judge in sentencing defendant said, okay, we saw that this obiter dicta, Paul, what's that, why police officer take it? I think this would be constitution. No, Janet, right? We see mediation for Janet. Some constitutional provisions may only be changed because it is, well, this is also entrenchment, so it protects the constitutional provisions from being changed without special procedure. 17, which of the following sections will not be included in the typical Commonwealth Constitution? Act of Parliament. Appointment of judges should be with security of tenure, and okay, this is speaking about separation of powers. Let me see something. Wait, hold on, right? Judges security of tenure until statutory age. This would be fairness of judiciary, so it's the same, it's similar to the independence of the judiciary, right? Which of the following is not an executive function determining the length of a sentence as is judicial? The independent judiciary is important for a fair hearing. The organ of state best the organs of state function best when there is separation of powers. Right? The statement no minds above the law is attributed to diocese, the law, and the constitution. The new approach to standing means that the court would consider standing before the merits of the case. The allocation of funds for a road and provides that the minister uses funds from the toll road fund to build roads. The minister uses the money to build a new community center. Harold, a community worker, seeks to challenge this, right? This would probably be because he uses the money from here to build a community center instead of building roads. Would this be improper delegation of funds? Probably would be. Check if it's B. I want you guys to tell me that. Boston now, we know that this is Pratt and Morgan. The crime outcome will. Alright, so we saw that this he was charged, rule of law. Nadine has been applying to the chairman of the committee council for a license to sell liquor for the past 12 years. Right, on each occasion she was granted the license. In 2018, Nadine applied to the chairman of the community council, but he refused to grant the license. Nadine can claim as a breach of her legitimate expectation. The head of state of a country refuses to give her consent to a law which has been passed by parliament. Her decision may be described as unconstitutional. The head of state is not the head of government. The Minister of Education decides to uphold the principal's expulsion of a student. So this would be, I think, Maureen and another. Maharaj versus Maureen and another. Have a look at that. Right? This court does not and cannot inquire into the merits of a minister's decision. This court can only examine the legality of the process adopted to reach a decision. This is it. This is judicial review. The but-for principle is for causation. In determining criminal liability, there must be coincidence of the guilty mind and a state of affairs that brings about a crime. Which of them is not inchoate? Assault is not an inchoate offense. For which of the following crimes is malice of a thought an essential element? Murder. The basic tenet of criminal trial is that the onus is on the prosecution or the state or the crown to prove guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Which of the following elements is a fundamental to inchoate cases? All of them. Which form of punishment should a tribunal impose? I'm not sure about this question. I'm always off about it. Please give me an explanation in the chat, if you will, in the comment section, if you have a great answer for that. Which theory of sentencing seeks to discourage a particular offender? This would be individual deterrence. Mary stabbed John. Murder. Sandra points a gun along the enemy. She points a gun, but we don't know about the trigger being pulled, so it can't really be. It should be guilty for assault. Where a person sustains fatal injuries whilst trying to escape from an apprehended assault by the accused, this may result in a charge of wounding with intent. Right? Alex resolves to kill Peter. Right, I think it's RV White. You can use that case. This would be incitement. R versus Alpha Cell Limited. Which of the following situations could the person be liable for omission to act? He fails that. Okay, so it would be all of them. A party pleading insanity must prove that he or she has suffered from a disease of mind and a defect of reason 1 and 2A. Right, so that is the end of the 2017 Law Unit 1, Paper 1. Right, so that is that. So if there are any issues with any other questions, please go into the comment section below and tell me which question it is and tell me why you think your answer would be the better answer. Right, okay, so that would be that.